Good morning, everyone. I hope your day is going well. I just wanted to share some thoughts with you about the reopening of churches. So I wrote these thoughts down, and I'm just going to read them to you right now and make a couple comments at the end. We are at a point in our world, in our country, in our state, when most Americans are wondering, discussing, and forming opinions regarding reopening businesses, churches, and the full use of parks and beaches. For Christ followers, this has intensified in the last few weeks. This last week, many of you have heard of a group of pastors meeting in Southern California to discuss reopening of churches. As they discussed, and they contacted the governor's office to share their ideas and opinions and plans. I have received several texts since then and emails to me regarding questions about opening up churches and opening up our church. As your pastor, I felt it was important to share my thoughts, give some clarifications, and the decision of the board regarding when to start reopening. Many have framed this as a religious freedom issue, stating that the government is violating our religious freedom. What we are seeing is not a religious freedom issue, it is a medical issue that has become a pandemic that the whole world is facing. We all have our opinions on how the government is handling this crisis. We hear discussions and opinions on when business should be allowed to open or to be the first ones to open, as well as when the parks and beaches should fully open, and when churches should be allowed to open, and it goes on other businesses as well. These decisions are not constitutional religious freedom issues. We are not being stopped from having church. We have digital church every week. We are not told that we cannot pray or gather or that all religions are banned. We can drive to a member's house and stand on the sidewalk and talk to them as they stand on their porch. We had a gathering at Community Memorial Hospital to pray. While we are experiencing restrictions, so are all religious faiths, companies, stores, big businesses, and small businesses. We are all experiencing inconveniences, but it is not an attack on our faith or our religious freedoms. We all feel the challenges of sheltering in place, of not being able to get out and go get a haircut, get your nails done, shop for whatever you want to go to work, to the gym, hang out at the beach, see relatives in care facilities or hospitals or at church. But the church is open. We are digitally gathering together through Zoom gatherings, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Some are saying that we are being prevented from being the church because we cannot baptize or have communion or even pray for others. We can do all of these things. While some of the restrictions may be extreme or seem to be extreme, we are still able to be the church. It may not be church as we want or like, but it is the church. I understand that there are many people discussing how our government is handling this crisis. There are numerous different theories, as well as various people who are in the medical community and those who are sharing different views and suggested actions that we should take. We all want to be able to get out, get back to work, and get to gather together at church. But we must be wise, we must be sensitive and gracious to all while being discerning at the same time. God is working in this crisis and was not surprised by it. Those who are studying the church during this time say that 40% or more of the churches in the world are growing, experiencing more community and connections outside and inside the church. After listening to the news conference on Friday and listening to another podcast that I was asked to listen to that are advocating opening our churches on May 31st, and in addition to communicating with our national headquarters of the Assemblies of God and our SoCal network leaders and with the board, we have decided to stay the course and wait for our governor's decision to start opening up the churches. Our national headquarters and our SoCal network head legal counsel for all of the Assemblies of God in America stated we are to abide by the strictest guidelines from our national leaders and our state leaders. As a pastor, Jesus calls me to shepherd his people with the heart of Jesus and care for them, protect them, bring healing to their wounds, and to lead them to the refreshing presence of Jesus. I firmly believe this is the right decision for this moment. It protects those in our congregation. It protects those in our city. It says to our community leaders and those on the front lines that we love them and want to help them stay safe. There may come a time when we will say this is beyond reasonable. Know that the board, the staff, and myself are praying for wisdom and discernment and direction. If you have any questions, comments, or want to talk to me, please let me know. I love all of you and look forward to gathering on Facebook Live with you. And I look forward to the time when we gather in the sanctuary together. Know that we are ready with multiple scenarios for reopening the church. We pray that it will be sooner than later. Until then, please take advantage of the multiple opportunities to connect. And if you do not have the ability or know how to do it, let us know. And we will do our best to get you connected digitally. You're going to receive an email copy of this video as well to either later today or tomorrow for those who are unable to view the video or for those who would like a hard copy to read it back later. I love all of you deeply and I'm praying for you. We have not come to these decisions lightly, but we believe it's the right thing at this time. We're praying and believing. We want to be a witness to our community. We want to touch lives. We want to do the best for our church and the churches in our community as well. So I love you, appreciate you. Please have any questions, any comments you want to share, you want to talk about it, email me, text me, call me. Love to talk with you. We're going to keep you informed of all that we're doing and all that we're trying to do and add to help our times together on live video and on recorded video with you to make it more personable. As we added things this last week, we're going to keep adding things. Love you, appreciate you. Have a great and blessed day.